Why hello out there in YouTube land, this here is Rob, aka Toronto Collector, coming to you as always from the beautiful city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Today's date is Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2020, and this here is another review. Hopefully you'll find it entertaining, as I am not able to get any new pops at the moment. The stores are closed here still, and I don't know about buying anything elsewhere. I don't know what any border restrictions might be in place for non-essential items coming across the border, especially from the U.S. So I don't know if I could buy anything from the U.S. and have it shipped up here yet. I haven't heard anything about the border restrictions being lifted right now. I haven't heard anything new about health-wise. This video here is going to be a two-parter. First part is going to be a health update. Second part here is going to be the review. Hopefully you find it exciting and entertaining. So the first part here is how we are doing here in Toronto. We are still coping here in Toronto just fine. Marie and I are still practicing the stay at home and stay inside idea from our government and our healthcare professionals here. We live in an apartment, so this is a symbol for us living in an apartment. If we lived in a house, I'd be doing this. For those living in a house, staying inside in a house, that's for a house, that's for an apartment there. So if you want to borrow this symbol, if you live in an apartment and you're staying inside, you can use this symbol in your videos. If you live in a house and you're staying inside, you can use this symbol here. By all means, use this symbol here, because we here are still told to stay inside for non-essential workers, to stay inside, and then if we do go outside, to practice social distance. And right now it's as I'm doing this video, it's 7:30 in the morning. I just couldn't wait for the sun to go higher in the morning to do this video for you, because of the fact that I've tried to do this video now twice before, but I've had production issues. I did a video yesterday there, but it ran just too long, and I'm sending these to YouTube right from my phone. So my phone didn't have enough space. By the time I edited it together with some music and my new opening and everything, with my Funko sign in the background and the foreground and everything, the video ran too long, so I had to redo it again. So hopefully this one here will be shorter. So health-wise, we're okay. We are practicing social distance here at home, and also when we go out. For my fellow Canadians, there is a new financial aid plan in place for my fellow Canadians. For those of you who are not collecting unemployment insurance, it's called the CERB, and you apply for that online at canada.ca, and just go down and look for the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit Program. That's for us Canadians. For those who are not collecting UI, they can collect the CERB to help pay your rent and help buy food and so forth. I'm a contractual worker, so I don't qualify for that. I am still getting a base pay right now. What I am not getting is I'm not getting any extra work, of course, because the schools here are closed until further notice here. Well, right now the tentative date for them to be reopened for teachers is May 1st. For students is May 4th. And right now the students here, especially elementary and up to high school age, are doing especially here in Toronto and in Ontario, they're doing e-learning, electronic learning online. They treat their computers like a classroom, and they're doing e-learning there, and they're getting guidance from their teachers and from their parents, because the schools here in Toronto and in Ontario have not been the school year has not been cancelled here in Ontario. Other provinces, I've heard they have canceled the school year, but here in Ontario they have not canceled the school year yet. So students are continuing to do their work through the computer online learning, and they are being graded for it, which is nice. They are being graded for their hard work. So if their parents are non-essential, then they're hopefully staying home and practicing self-isolation here. If they're in a house or if they're in an apartment, hopefully they're staying home and practicing self-isolation. When they do go out, hopefully they're keeping socially distant. I think, from what I heard of our mayor here in Toronto giving my 24-hour news channel here an update at 6:30 this morning, from what I heard from him, it sounds like Torontonians are finally getting the message about social distancing and about staying at home when we're not essential. If we're not an non-essential worker, we stay home to really stop the spread of 19. And that really is plain and simple. For everybody out there, not just Canadians, but for everybody out there, if we want to stop this spread of this horrible virus, and you're told by your officials, your local officials in your government, your local health care professionals, to stay home and self-isolate. I know some people might call it something different, but I like the term self-isolate. So if you're told to self-isolate, do so. Self-isolate. Help stop the spread of this horrible virus. And if we all do that and ease up our healthcare professionals, make it easier for them, this virus spread will be over sooner rather than later. So Marie and I are fine here. Not really bored yet because during the day we do still practice social distance here at home. I'm in my studio here, which is also in the living room, and Marie is in the bedroom there, so we are practicing social distance even here at home. We are fine. Eager to have the stores open here again, eager to have life return to normal, as I'm sure we all feel. And I am very eager to get back to buying pops again. I can't wait for my local stores to open there. Have a bit of spending money to be able to buy some new pops there. And hopefully, if there are any border restrictions coming up from the U.S., hopefully they will be lifted soon and be able to get more pops here for your entertainment and for my collection. In the meantime, so that's how we are health-wise here. We're A-okay for now, you know. Hopefully we will continue being A-okay. I say for now, but as a bit of a slip of the tongue, because I hope we continue to be A-okay. And if I could take a moment here to recognize some real heroes in Toronto here, in Ontario, and everywhere, essential workers who are still doing their jobs, going to work every day, especially those in the healthcare field, hospitals, long-term care facilities, clinics, doctors, nurses, technicians, lab researchers, everybody who's still going to work in the medical field, everybody who's still going to work in grocery stores, pharmacies, convenience stores, truck drivers who are getting the goods to us there, all of you essential workers out there, thank you for still doing your job, and hope you all stay safe. Because ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when essential workers go to work, they are putting themselves at risk, they are putting their loved ones at risk to continue to provide us the essential service that we need. So we should all recognize them and all give them a big thumbs up and thank them when you can for their service, for still doing their job. It's great. Anyways, I am not essential, so I'm staying at home here. I'm following what my government tells me to do, and my healthcare professionals tell me to do. I am doing exactly that. I am helping to stop the spread of 19. I am sure I don't have it at all. I am sure of that. I have not shown any symptoms within the last month. So I am sure I am okay. I'm sure Marie's okay. But we are doing our little part by staying home and, in our case, self-isolating. That's what we are doing to help stop any spread of this virus. And that's what we are doing here. And I hope that more Torontonians, more Ontarians, more Canadians, and more people everywhere do this. Stay home, self-isolate to really squash the spread of the 19 so it can be all over sooner rather than later. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in the meantime, since I'm not able to get any new pops here, what I've been doing on my channel recently here is I've been doing reviews. I have done Iron Maiden's Eddie, all 4 of them. I've done Motley Crue, all 4 of them. I did Guns N' Roses, all 3 of them. I've also done Rob Zombie, and I've done Notorious B.I.G. I did 5 reviews so far. They are currently here on my channel here, so I'm about to do a new review for you of another 4 members of a very well-known rock band. If you're not interested in seeing me do a review of a rock band, started in the 80s and moved forward, if that doesn't interest you here, while you're here on my channel here, please check out some of my other videos here when I show new pops, either store-boughts or ones I receive in the mail here. I call those videos unveilings. That's what I call it, unveilings here. So I have plenty of those videos here on my channel here. Please do check it out, and you may find them a little more entertaining. But for those of you who do like to see rock pop unveilings or reviews, that's what this next part of the video here is about. This is about an 80s rock or speed metal band that Marie and I love, and I've had these pops for a while, and I've tried to do this video now 3 or 4 times. Hopefully this one here will be the final version here, and I'll be able to get this up to YouTube there for your entertainment. So the band I'm reviewing today is a great hard rock speed metal band, Metallica. For those of you who like Metallica or love Metallica there, you can probably tell from the opening song that this is going to be a Metallica review, because I used a big hit that they did called Enter Sandman. That was the beginning of Enter Sandman here. It's a great song that they did many years ago. It's one of the most recognizable songs. I have lots of Metallica on my phone, but I wanted to use a song that is probably the most recognizable of recent years from Metallica. So without further ado, I'll stop talking and start ranting and raving about healthcare issues and everything like this, and get onto the review here. So that's what you're here for here, so let's get onto it here. To begin this review here is a singer who needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him just the same here. The singer and rhythm guitarist of Metallica here, James Hetfield, coming in at number 57. A great looking pop right here. As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, I am an in-the-box collector, as you can plainly tell here, but for this review, I'm actually going to take the pop out of the box and review it for you, right here and now. This one here, as you can plainly tell here, there's no store price sticker on the bottom of the box. So James here was bought online. That's not really, that's a very minor point there, but I usually like to buy my pops in the stores so I get them right away. I don't usually like to buy pops online and have to wait for them. I like to buy them in stores. But as collectors all know, sometimes you have to buy them online and wait. So anyways, here is James here in his clamshell liner here. Here comes James in his old style long mustache here and long hair. Look at the length of his hair there, ladies and gentlemen, there. And his heavy outfit with his stylish guitar there. And one thing about him, ladies and gentlemen, you will see here is he does not come with a mic. He's the lead singer of Metallica, but does not come with a mic. There's no mic in his clamshell. Does not come with a mic. But will he stand up? Out-of-box collectors would like to know right now, will he stand up by himself? Marie is not here to make a funny sound, but I'll do it in her absence. So will he stand up by himself? Ta-da! Yes, he will. He'll stand up by himself. There for you out-of-box collectors may want to know. He'll stand up by himself. Be right back. And welcome back. What I'm doing here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls here, is between the figures here, as I am pausing my camera, so you don't hear the crunching sound of me putting these pops back into the boxes. So James started at number 57. Number 58 is a legendary drummer who needs no introduction, Lars Ulrich from Metallica there. When I did this video previously, I called him Lars Ulrich, and Maria said, no, his name's pronounced Ulrich. So, whichever it is, Ulrich, whichever it is here, there's Lars, the great drummer from Metallica. And he obviously was bought in the store, because I can feel the Hot Topic price tag right there over top of the Funko barcode. I don't like when they do that there because it makes it really tough for me to enter into the Funko app there to add to my collection. Sometimes I have to do it. One time I have to do it manually because of that gosh darn store price tag right there. Anyways, here is Lars here, still on his clamshell liner, which is where they all stay because I'm an in-the-box collector. Here comes Lars for your review right there. Lars holding up his 2 drumsticks, which is very cool. And his, back when he had his beard and 5 o'clock shadow right there. With his longish hair. Holding up drumsticks here. And will he stand up by himself? Ta-da! Yes, he certainly will. Stand up by himself there. He doesn't come with a drum there, as other drummers do come with drums within their box, within their home. He doesn't come with a drum, unfortunately. So, right back. The next Metallica figure I'm going to show you here is the great lead guitarist from Metallica here. Coming in at number 59, Kirk Hammett. The great lead guitarist and backup vocalist from Metallica. Started off there with James, went over to Lars, now down to Kirk. I'll be finishing off there with Robert. So there is Kirk. And Kirk, as well as with Lars, was bought in the store at Hot Topic there. Just to let you know. I really don't like Hot Topic when they put their price stickers like that there because it makes it tough to scan it in. I think they do that deliberately there so that when you buy it from Hot Topic there, they can scan it in there into the store inventory there. It comes off the store inventory there. Instead of putting the price sticker somewhere over here and having the price sticker over here somewhere and having the Funko barcode right there because the system would say, okay, which one do I read? So I think that's why they do that there. I think it's why EB Games as well does that, but EB Games sticker is much bigger, obviously done locally, probably in the store by them, and they print out these much bigger stickers, which are actually easier to peel off than Hot Topics. Anyways, here comes Kirk. Right there in his clamshell liner. And there we go, there's Kirk right there with his half moon style eyes there, his mustache and little goatee right there. Black outfit there and his very fashionable guitar. And his longish hair. Will he stand up by himself? Ta-da! Yes, he certainly will. Be right back in a minute. And last but certainly not least, their great bassist from Metallica here, coming in at number 60, is Robert Trujillo. Coming in at number 60. The great bassist from Metallica there. He's the guy that has a fun job there of doing all the low bass notes. And I do this because I used to play bass years ago in a garage band. I played bass and I used my fingers. I did not use a pick. I used my fingers here, playing my bass guitar. But of course, I was never as good as Robert. Of course, I never went professional with it. There, it was just a hobby. And as you can see here, as with Kirk and with Lars, there's also another Hot Topic sticker here. So what I did here obviously was I bought the 3 Metallica figures in Hot Topic, taking advantage of a 3 for $30 deal, and then I bought James online. That's obviously what I did. It's been so long ago, I don't remember that there, but that's obviously what I did. So anyways, here, coming out of the box, hopefully for the last time, because I've tried to do this video now 4 times. I don't think I could do a live report, but anyways, hopefully, here, Robert's coming out of the package for the last time, hopefully. Here he is in his clamshell liner. And here is Robert right there, looking very hard rockish like there, with his bass guitar and his shorts and his long hair, which I understand that he still has. Very long hair there. Now in this pop figures here, if you look at his hand right here, it looks almost like he's using his fingers to pluck the strings instead of using a pick. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen Metallica video here of Robert playing that I don't quite remember whether he uses his fingers to pluck the strings or he uses a pick. If you know the answer of whether Robert uses just plucks the strings with his fingers or uses a pick, if you know the answer, please do comment down below. So will Robert stand up by himself Ta-da! Yes, he certainly will do that. So, back in a minute. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There are all my 4 Metallica Pops back in their boxes again, or as I call them, their homes. There is at least one other figure from Metallica there, which I don't have yet. She is called Lady Justice. I don't have her yet there. I really want to get her. I know she's on for sale online, but in a current situation right now, I don't know if there might be border restrictions coming up from the U.S. or not there. But if you are a collector, especially if you're here in Canada, and if you have Lady Justice as a pop for sale for a reasonable price, and you want to sell them to me there, or if you have Wall-E or Eve, those 2 pops as well, or any other pops that you think you might you're interested in selling, you know, downsizing your collection a little bit, especially if you're here in Canada or in even Toronto, please get in touch with me here at torontocollector@yahoo.ca. That is my email address, torontocollector@yahoo.ca. You cannot put .com. If you put .com, it won't get to me. So Toronto Collector, all one word, all lowercase, torontocollector@yahoo.ca. And I check my email every couple of days. If you're willing to sell me anything from your collection there, that Lady Justice or Wall-E and Eve or anything else that you would think that I might like, by all means, drop me an email, especially if you're here in Canada. I don't mind paying shipping for something I like there, so especially if you're here in Canada, by all means, drop me an email. Let me know what you have. Send me a few pictures of it there. I'll give you my phone number so we can text off of YouTube and everything. Drop me an email. Let me know. So in the meantime here, this here is all 4 members of Metallica. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. And hello, my fellow YouTubers out there. This here is Rob, aka Toronto Collector here, wrapping up hopefully another review that hopefully you've all enjoyed. I cannot get any pops right now. As you can all well imagine, the stores here are still closed here in Toronto, and I don't know about ordering anything up from the U.S. When I order things, mostly from the U.S., comes up from the U.S. there, and I don't know of any border restrictions that might be on the border, maybe only allowing essential goods through, I don't know. So until I hear officially that the borders are fully open, I have to wait. And because I don't want to, had that problem once before. I did order something from the U.S. there. It was in Pop in the Box, and there's a problem before, and my Pop in the Box figures were held up at the border for some reason. I don't remember at the moment right now what it was for, but it was held up there, so I don't want to go through that again and have to wait for it there. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know we are all going through a very tough time right now. If you're non-essential, you're told to stay home and self-isolate. If you live in a house, stay home and self-isolate if you live in an apartment. I know things are tough right now. I know it seems like a never-ending daily struggle here to stay home and self-isolate there, and when you go out to practice social distance, I know it seems like a never-ending daily task here, and the news sources usually come up with the same problems every day, and every day we're hearing about more and more problems here, and unfortunately, more and more deaths. That's very unfortunate there. I know a lot of people have lost their lives to 19 here, and my deepest condolences to anybody out there who've lost a loved one to 19. My deepest condolences to you all there, and also to all you essential workers out there who are still going to work every day, doing your job. We cannot express our gratitude deeply enough for your service. I often hear people talking on YouTube videos here about expressing their gratitude to the military for keeping our country safe. Well, right now, we need to also deeply thank the essential workers who are still going to work every day, risking themselves, risking their families, to keep us all in food and working in our healthcare systems there. So thank you all very much for continuing to do your job. Please, everybody watching me, stay safe, follow what the experts tell us to do there, and before we know it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we know it, life will return to normal as long as we all continue to do what we are asked to do. Life will return to normal, and soon 19 will just be a memory. It'll be the biggest memory that 2020 will hopefully have. Hopefully nothing else will happen this year. Very optimistic for 2020. Hopefully nothing else will happen there, but this will all be over very soon if we all continue doing what our government and healthcare workers want us to do. So in the meantime, if you like my symbol here for self-isolate, if you're in a house, let's see this spread more on YouTube here by people who live in a house or live in an apartment there. If you like these symbols here, please use them in your videos. Let's see how many people can start using this symbol here of stay home and self-isolate. If you live in a house or you live in an apartment, by all means, if you think my symbols here are nice or catchy or cute for staying at home, or staying in an apartment, staying in a home, staying in an apartment, if you think they're catchy, by all means use them in your videos. Let's hear from all you YouTubers out there. How are you coping with this? Are you still going to work or are you staying home? Let's hear from all of you. So anyways, on behalf of Marie here, still in bed here, this is Rob, aka Toronto Collector, saying thank you all very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please down below and to my left here, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon next to it, give me a thumbs up, be sure to leave me a comment down below, especially if you want to comment about Robert, whether Robert uses a pick playing his bass or uses his fingers playing his bass. Be sure to comment down there, and while you're here, please do check out some of my other fun videos here, and I'll be releasing more fresh content in the days ahead. So in the meantime there, thank you all for watching. Please, everybody, stay safe.